I want to discuss a couple of things today. Uh, Something interesting happened in the company, so I said, "Wow, let's let me get some feedback. Let me get some opinion on some things." Um, let me ask this, and I want you guys. This is first. I want to let you guys know that on April the 12th, that's a Friday night, from 5 o'clock until about 7:30. We are going to have a live networking meeting. It's going to be networking and mixers. We're going to have food and fun, and we'll have drawings and just a good time for you guys to meet each other. A good time for you guys to meet the the um the you're going to be able to meet the closing attorneys and the mortgage company and Tamara. Everybody's going to be there. Going to be a great time. So it's going to be networking and a mixer. So that's going to be April the 12th. So please mark your calendar for that. Okay. This coming Thursday, we're going to have a training on running your home office. That's going to be good. So we're going to have that as well. So just have a lot of great events, a lot of great new stuff coming up. Definitely want you a part of it. Okay. Yes, indeed. Um, so with all that being said, something happened, and I want to kind of get you guys feedback on, as professional real estate agents, how you would uh, handle it, and how you would deal with it. So you have a property that's listed. You have a exclusive right to sell to list this property. And let's say that you have the property listed, and then your client says, "Hey, listen, you can continue to show it, but I need to tell you something that's really important. I have AIDS. I have HIV. I have AIDS. I recently found this out, and I just thought I would disclose that to you, that I have HIV, that I have AIDS." Um, Real estate agents, how would you handle it? Do you have to tell buyers when they come and see the property that the owner have HIV, that the owner have AIDS? Um, do you tell the buyers? Do you put it in your listing? If you get a contract, do you have to disclose it in your contract? Um, you know, this is in the age of, because in the age of that we live in, how would you handle this? So, hands, I want to raise your hand, unmute yourself. What do you guys think here? Give me some feedback here. Give me some feedback. What do you guys think on this one? What do you guys think? What's the best way to handle this type of situation? Let me ask. Natasha, tell me what you think.
I think you cannot disclose it. It's a HIPAA violation.
HIPAA, how did HIPAA get HIPAA?
Yeah, because you're disclosing medical information. You can't disclose people's medical information.
HIPAA?
That's just what I say.
Whoa. Then we're just real estate agents. Okay. So let me understand what you're saying. You're saying, as a licensed real estate agent, we're under HIPAA laws?
I didn't think that HIPAA applied to just one sector of business. I thought it was across the board, period.
The person just telling us. So this person just says, "Hey, Luther, listen, man. I got AIDS, right? I have
Correct.
AIDS. I have AIDS. I have HIV, right? Kind of like is if somebody says, yo, I got COVID. This house, okay, here's another one. The house had a fire, right? The house have termites. This is just information that they're giving us. My question, or what I want to understand what you're saying that's breaking HIPAA laws. If a licensed real estate agent was to say, hey, this person have AIDS. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Correct. Correct.
I'm gonna keep getting opinions here, and then we'll go from there. Another opinion, somebody else, another opinion, another viewpoint. Who agrees or disagrees? Maybe everybody agrees with it. I don't know. Who agrees? Who disagrees? No right or wrong answers. I just want to hear what everybody. I just want to make sure whatever answer you guys are giving that I understand. What other questions? Any other comments? Questions? Come on, help me here. What do you feel? I want to start picking on people because I want to hear some feedback on this one for sure. Yes, Natasha, talk to me. So, what do you think? Now, because on one end, all right, Natasha, but what do you think?
Well, AIDS is considered a disability, and I think you do have to disclose it because it can be transferred through like someone occupying the home, and maybe there's some blood or somewhere where the person might have cut themselves or something. I think you do have to disclose it. You just can't be like ratchet about it. You have to be professional about it.
Now, when you say ratchet, what's professional and what's ratchet? I just want to know what's professional, what's considered professional, and what's considered ratchet.
So it would be ratchet if you say, there was some nasty people up in there. They must have been partying a little too hard and caught this and blah 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 blah. But professionally, you'd be like, well, the seller did have a disability, and you would mention it as a disability, and I'm just wanted to disclose that.
Okay. Good. Give me other feedback. Somebody else. Give me more feedback. I'm loving the feedback. I want to hear what you guys are thinking here. Yolanda, talk to me. What's your thoughts? Because everybody, look, is if you're faced with it, I want to know what you would do. What's your opinion? How you handle it?
Well, I kind of chimed in at the end. I think, are we talking about like stigmatized properties or something like that?
I mean, the person, hey, I'm selling the house, right? I'm selling this house, right?
Mhm.
And I just found out, wow, when I took the test, I was feeling sick, whatever the case may be, boom, I got AIDS, right? So I tell you, hey, real estate agent, you're listing the house. I just want to just disclose to you and just let you know, because people are coming in and out of the house, right?
Right.
People are
I
seeing,
think I'm
Yolanda, I got AIDS. How are you dealing with it? Do you have?
well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call my broker first.
Look, that's the right look. You'll never ever go wrong. Look, you know what? You'll never ever go wrong with that answer right there. I'm gonna call my broker, and whatever my broker tell me to do, that's what I'm gonna do. Because if it gets messed up, my broker cannot throw me under the bus if he told me what to do. Look, that's the right answer right there. Look, we can stop asking questions right there. That's the right answer. That's the right answer. Call your broker, and whatever your broker say, do. And your broker going to call the E&O insurance. Your broker going to call the attorneys, and we gonna get it right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we got E&O insurance on our side. We got the attorneys on our side. So, okay, that's the right answer. So we gonna make that's right answer. But just for fun, because I'm getting everybody's opinion.
I mean, I don't think I would disclose that. I know they were saying HIPAA because I know HIPAA has to do with medical and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think I would disclose that.
You would tell them.
Mm-mm.
Yolanda said, "You're not messing up my clothes, and you're not messing up my house."
But for liability reasons, I'm gonna call my broker.
Yolanda said, "I'm going to close this house. You're not getting ready to mess up my thing. You're not getting ready to mess up my money and mess up my clothes and fool around with this right here, right?"
Exactly.
I feel you. She like, y'all
I
ain't
gotta keep
but
my
no, that's good. No, I get you. You wouldn't say nothing, right? You wouldn't say nothing. You wouldn't disclose it.
yeah, I wouldn't.
So is it because of the HIPAA laws? Like, I forgot. Is it because of the HIPAA laws, or you just wouldn't disclose it?
Because I would say I'm thinking like what everybody else I think pretty much been saying HIPAA. I know we learned it in the test, but I'm like, I think I forgot the answer on it.
You
Because I know it was in real estate school
cool.
training.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, but overall, Yolanda, you were saying you wouldn't.
I would not that. I don't think I would.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Okay. Here's the question, because I know that we have some new folks that they just joined. The question is, you have a listing, and you've listed this home. The seller comes up to you. You have an exclusive right to sell listing. The seller comes up to you, and the seller says, "Hey, listen, I just have to disclose to you. I just have to disclose to you, and I have to let you know that I have AIDS, HIV, right? I have AIDS, HIV. I'm just letting you know because I think it's only right for me to let you know that, I got AIDS, right?" The question that we're discussing is, do you have to tell the buyers? Do you have to tell people before they come and see the house? If you get a contract, do you have to disclose in the contract, hey, this person got, they got AIDS, right? Because somebody said, hey, I would disclose because, if there's blood or something like that, somebody might catch it and, then you're liable. I also heard, hey, I would not say anything because of HIPAA laws. I also heard I just wouldn't say anything because I wouldn't say anything. So I'm hearing both ends. What would you do, right? Your client have HIV/AIDS, right? Would you disclose? Let me see. I want to ask Marlene, talk to me. What would you do? You free, Marlene? Oh no, here we go, right here.
Well, since I know and since the seller told me, if the buyer asks, then I may be obligated to tell him.
So you're saying if they ask, you would tell them. If they
Yeah.
didn't ask, it's not a business.
Right. It's just like if someone died in the house.
Okay, so if somebody died, if you would tell them
If they ask.
if they ask.
And if I
But
know.
if they didn't ask, you wouldn't say nothing.
No.
Now, let me ask you this. Does it matter between asking in writing and asking via contract? So as if somebody just asks you verbally, would you tell them?
Yes.
If somebody put it in writing or text you or email you, would you tell them?
It's the same thing.
Oh, same thing? Okay, cool. So basically, your answer is if they ask, I'll just tell them.
If I know beyond a shadow of doubt, like if the seller told me.
Now you said beyond a shadow of a doubt. So do you need test results? Because this person just told you. No.
That I do not know, but full disclosure is what I'm referring to. Full disclosure. If you know it, then you're obligated to tell it. So I'm not sure if that falls under that because there are confidentiality rules. But if the seller told me they had AIDS,
Now see you open up a whole can of worms. First you said if they asked me, I would tell them.
no, I said
Then you said the confidentiality rule. So the confidentiality rules say you ain't supposed to. So what? So where we at? So where you at with it? Confidentiality rule, no confidentiality. So you just switched up your own answer. First you said you would tell them if you
No.
asked. Then you said, well, there's a confidentiality rule. Now I'm really confused. What's your final answer? Final answer. You
my
tell
final,
you if somebody asked you, you said you what? You would or wouldn't?
I'm conflicted, but
She
uh,
said,
my final my final answer
she
is
said she said I didn't change up my own answer talking.
no. My final answer is if the seller told me they contracted AIDS while living in the house, and the buyer or the client specifically asked me that question, I will disclose it. I feel
Okay,
like yeah.
okay. You done got off the confidentiality rule thing. All right, cool. We done got all legal from confidentiality rules, the HIPAA laws. We done got deep up in this thing. Okay, Sarita, as I hope I said your name right here. Tell me,
Hey,
talk
good
to me.
morning.
All right.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Client
Um,
says I got AIDS and they living in the
n-
house.
not disclosing it.
You not tell them.
No,
You like that
because
ain't business.
it's against the Fair Housing Act to discriminate about for people
Ooh, we
who
done
have
went from HIPAA
HIV.
to fair housing. What does fair housing
Yes,
say?
that we can't discriminate with people who have a handicap and it's HIV or AIDS are considered handicap. And it's my fiduciary duty as an agent to protect my client's information.
Okay, now help me understand. Help me understand. Hold on. Time out now. We done got the fair house. We done went from HIPAA to fair housing that I don't know. Okay, here we go. Explain this to me. You're saying if I tell them I'm breaking the fair housing laws, is
Ye-
that right?
Yes.
Now, how am I breaking the fair housing law? I just want to understand
Because
because they're handicapped.
it's discrimination against a person who has HIV.
So I'm discriminating
Oh,
against a person with HIV.
Yes.
So, so, so I'm discriminating against them
Yes.
because I told that they have HIV, right?
Yes.
So I discriminated against them. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I understand. Okay,
Yes. If someone would ask me, I would say I can legally not answer that question.
you would say legally I can't answer,
Yes.
and you know the truth.
Right.
Okay, all right. And to go a little deeper in that, you're saying if you was to say something, you broke fair housing laws.
Yes.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay. And you're breaking the fair housing laws because they are handicapped because they have AIDS.
Yes.
Okay, now you solid on that answer.
That's what I would do.
Ah, okay. Uh uh okay. I just um okay, all right. So okay, cool. All right, got you. So I got your answer. It's breaking the fair housing law because they are discriminate. They are handicapped, and by you telling somebody that, you are discriminating against them because they are handicapped. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, got you. I got your answer. I got your answer. Okay, somebody else. Couple more folks. Who can I pick on here? What would you do here? Let me see. Judith, what would you do? Judith, what would you do, Judith? Judith said, give me a minute. Raise your hand, Judith. Kim?
Morning.
Judith, here's the question. Here's the question. This is what we're dealing with. You have listed a house. You have an exclusive right to sell. And that person says, hey, Judith, I got AIDS. I have HIV. Buyer comes along, are you disclosing it? Yes or no?
I would not disclose it.
You would not disclose it.
No, it's similar to any information that my client shares. It's for the two of us. So my fiduciary obligation is to my client. But I could go back to my client and mention that the buyer asked and that I didn't say that they do have HIV, and how do they feel if I go back and let the other agent know and the buyer or not. But I would definitely not say anything at first, and then I would just go back to my seller and let them know that that question was asked, but I didn't disclose that information for their, privacy and conversation that we had together.
Okay. Okay, very good. Very good. I got it. Okay, that's Judith. Hands, who else? Give me some feedback. Give me some feedback. I want to hear from Kim. Kim's new. We just had a coaching session. I want to hear what Kim would. Kim, how are you doing, Kim? Doing good? Talk to me. Unmute yourself. What you think? What you think?
I kind of heard a little bit of that scenario, and you said that the seller disclosed to you that they have HIV. Is that correct?
Yeah. So here's the question. So you have a house, you've listed a home, exclusive right to sell.
Yep.
The home is listed.
Yep.
Right? And now your seller comes to you and says, Kim, I have some news. I got some news, Kim. I have AIDS. I want you to know, I'm just disclosing, I'm just letting you know, Kim, straight off the bat, I have AIDS. Now, Kim, do you have the response? And then the buyer comes along. Do you have the responsibility to disclose this to the buyer?
No,
No.
that's private information. It has nothing to do with, and you're representing the seller as well. So, but that's also just HIPAA for I'm in the healthcare field as well. So that's a definite no, because that's just the privacy. And I don't really see how it has anything to do with the buyer needing to know.
Kim, so let me ask you this, and I'm picking at you here. So if the buyer goes in there, and let's say the buyer gets sick, let's say the buyer buys the house, and then the buyer says, you know what, I never would have bought that house if I knew that the person had AIDS. Then they come back and they want to come back on you, or they want to come back on Platinum Real Estate, or they want to come back on the seller. What happens there when they say, you know what, listen, Kim knew. You know what, Kim knew there was AIDS. Okay, let me ask this. If the property have termites, and I know as an agent, and I do not disclose that, can that buyer come back later and say, man, I bought this house, and you know what? This house have termites in it, and this house is all tore up from the floor. It's just tore up. I never would have bought this if the listing agent would have told me, and the listing agent knew. Okay,
That's
Kim.
a great point. Yes, that's a great point.
Yeah, what you think?
Termites, so there's a risk, obviously, with termites, with the condition of the house. With AIDS, though, that's not transmissible through just walking through, like as a buyer. Your risk of contracting AIDS from walking through a home wouldn't be possible. So that's why.
Possible? No way. Blood, no way, nada, never, ever, Kim. Never. No, never. I'm just
I mean,
asking you.
saliva, yes, but I don't see that risk is. I mean, if you were to advise the seller to say, "Hey, we probably need a showing," or to maybe it just depends on the number of hours it's been, but I don't really see a risk if it's been, if they have not been in there for. But I do see your point. I do see.
I'm not saying right or wrong. Look, we're just having an open conversation. I just want to know, okay, all right, now let me flip it from agents. Let me ask this. Ready, agents? Oh, no, I have a hand up. Okay. Yes, unmute yourself. What you think? Phyllis, talk to me. What you
Isn't it
think?
against the law in Georgia to
Huh?
disclose benefit? Isn't it against the law in Georgia to disclose that your client has HIV?
You asking me? I'm asking you.
I'm pretty positive, just about at 99.9% positive that it's against the law, and they changed that rule back in but it is fair
So
housing.
you think it's 99.9% that what?
It's against the law in Georgia to disclose if the seller has AIDS or HIV in Georgia. It's against the law due to the fair housing. She was right. I'm about
Okay.
99% sure.
She says she about 99.9% sure that it is not right to disclose in the state of Georgia that this person have AIDS, HIV.
I think it's illegal. I don't think we're allowed to do that. I think we would probably get in trouble if we did.
You
And
think we
someone
gonna get in
found out that we
trouble?
did.
You think we gonna get in
Yeah.
trouble if we disclose?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Who's next in line? Miriam, unmute yourself. You was
It's
next.
not a, it's not a material fact.
What?
It's not a material fact.
So
Can you
what
hear
does
me?
that mean?
That means that it's not necessary for you to convey that information to the other side. It's not pertinent to the sale of the property. Like we talked about termites before, but termites is a material fact. That has to be disclosed. Them having AIDS does not have to be disclosed.
Okay, but the other side of that argument would be in real estate, there's a lot of things that's not a material fact that we need to disclose. For instance, if our client have declared bankruptcy and they cannot qualify for the mortgage.
That is a material fact.
Huh?
That is a material fact. Because that affects the
Whoa. See, well, let's go back. What is a material fact? Give me that definition. See, first you have to understand exactly what a material fact. If we start throwing out HIPAA and we start throwing out material facts and we start throwing out all of these different things, we have to know the definition. We done went from HIPAA to we done went to material facts. And I know, Miriam, you done went online and tried to Google it. It ain't
I'm
gonna
Googling right now. I'm Googling it right.
Yep, it ain't gonna help you. Look, listen, it's not gonna help you, Miriam. It's not gonna help you because this is real world. Right. Google gives straight answers. I'm talking real world, right? Okay, because you can Google. If I kill somebody, what's the sentence? And Google's going to say from 1 to 5 years. Yeah, but when you look into the facts of the case, you might get off. Are you with?
Isolated incidents.
Get rid of Google. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think as an agent. Miriam, keep thinking. I will come back to you. Naquisha, talk to me. What you think?
So, can you hear me?
Yes.
So I second was it Kim? Well, Kim and the other young lady that spoke after her. I remember when I was doing my SAE courses, I remember
on the part, and I may not remember verbatim, but I remember when I was studying about the fair laws and the protected classes, I believe HIV was one of the protected classes. And that's it. That's all I have. I just remember them being one of the protected classes along with handicap and other classes of people.
Okay. 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 Good, 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 good. Okay. So, all right. So let me ask this. Let me flip the question a little bit. Let me ask this part of the question. If you're the licensed agent and you're helping a buyer or a seller, and this person have AIDS, or this person is gay, or this person is in a same-sex marriage, right? And you start off working with them. Let's say they're, or no, let me put it like this. You're helping them as a buyer, you're helping them as a seller. They've listed the property, or they want you to help them as a buyer, right? They're gay, same-sex marriage, have AIDS, any of that stuff. Are you required? Do you have to help that person? Do you have to help that couple? Are you required to help this couple? So it's two men, they're married, two women married. Person have AIDS. Do I have to help them as a real estate agent? Sherry, talk to me.
There you go. I'm like, how do I come off on mute?
Yeah,
All right.
I got you.
There,
Talk to
can you
me,
hear?
Sherry. Yes.
Okay. All right. So to take them on as a client, not a requirement to take anyone as a client, I would say. But if you're trying to exclude them because of that, you would be in trouble because they are a protected class that if someone could try to file a lawsuit against you to say, you know, we feel like we were discriminated. So I would say you don't have to take anyone as a client, but if you're trying to exclude them for that reason, then I would say you better not because they are part of the protected class that Naquisha was just referring to.
Okay.
And can
yes, go ahead.
About the HIV?
Yes, yes. Wait there.
With what Miriam and Naquisha was saying, that as long as it's not a part of the physical condition of the property, then I would feel like we shouldn't have to disclose their medical status. Because it could be something else besides HIV that could be something more communicable. Think about like if someone has tuberculosis or something like that. That's a very a disease that can actually, if you're standing near somebody, you could be more affected than, I'm just trying to say, HIV. So if we want to go down that, you know, path, if you're saying because of the condition of the home, do I need to know that because it could be transmitted? Now, and I would say, could that be one of the exceptions where you would have to disclose that because that could be something that a potential buyer would need to know going in? I don't know. That's a very, you know, there's a lot of if this condition, then this, or exceptions. So how do we handle that? Because like you said, just walking near a person, you're not going to get HIV or, you know, unless you have some type of interaction with them through the means of where you can get HIV.
Okay.
But just home or something like that, if that's the case, then if you're out in the movies or the restaurant or, you know, we can, yeah, that's a slippery slope.
Okay, so let me do this. First of all, thank everybody for your comments, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to open up a conversation and I wanted to hear everybody's different angles, and no angle was wrong, right? But let me tell you what's 100% right. Number one, you do not respond to any of those type of comments or those type of situations, I have to contact my broker. I am not going to respond verbally. I'm not going to respond in writing. Somebody had an excellent point. Verbally and text is the same thing. Verbal, email, same thing, right? I'm not going to respond. Now, I am not required to respond. Now, Miriam was way off base, but it's not a material fact of the case and what we would do at Platinum Real Estate, number one, is we would take it to our legal counsel because every situation is going to be different. How was this asked? In what context was it asked? The HIPAA law and all that, that went way south, right? That went, I don't know. This is not medical field. We don't know. This is real estate, right? Here's our concern in real estate. If we do not disclose, we can get sued for things that we know, right? So if somebody says what's going on with this deal, and even if it is AIDS or HIV, a buyer could say, I would not have bought this house if I would have known. That's the problem. Forget material facts and all that and, inspection. A buyer could say, right? The listing agent knew XYZ. Let's forget if it's age, it can be anything. If that buyer says the listing agent knew X, Y, and Z, and the listing agent did not disclose this to me, and I would not have bought this house if I would have known X, Y, Z, the buyer can bring litigation against that listing agent. Now, whether they will prevail, whether they will have success, that's a different story, but they can bring litigation. And sometime if you have a lawsuit, if you've ever been sued, you know it's never, ever, ever worth it, ever. Because once you tie up a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of time, it's like, was it worth it? Here's the correct answer. We're not disclosing. Real estate agent is going to put it on your broker. Does this person have AIDS? Does this person have COVID? Does this person have a cold? Right? Sir, let me consult with my broker. Broker's going to consult with the attorneys and the E&O insurance. They will then ask us a lot of questions, and then we will say, here's how we're going to proceed. We're not going to answer that question one way or the other. We're not going to say yes. We're not going to say no. The one thing that we all learned in real estate school was contact your broker. And as your broker, I am contacting the attorneys and the E&O insurance, like, what do we do? Because the attorney might say, if we know, it might be best to disclose, to avoid legal legal stuff. He may say, you know what, in that situation, we should disclose, but this is how we disclose. I'm never going to tell you what to do in that situation, and you should never do anything because every situation is going to be different. Okay? Now, number two, Sherry hit it right on the head, so I didn't even continue to mess with you guys. If a person, and we had this recently at Platinum Real Estate, if a person is gay or have AIDS or President Barack Obama made same-sex marriage legal. So right now in America, we have same-sex bathrooms, we have same-sex everything because it is legal right now in the United States. And same-sex marriage, and I know right now they have the big thing of, men becoming women, and then they're going and winning all of the sports events because the man became a woman, and now he's winning all of the sports events. That's a big issue. The law may change one day. I don't know. But right now, the law says that's legal. And if you go against that class, it's just like going against a black man, a white man, a woman, man, all that stuff. It's discrimination. So we have to help a person because they are gay or because they are transsexual or same-sex marriage. Now, we can decline to help them, but we cannot decline because of same-sex marriage. We cannot decline because they are gay. We can say, I don't want to help you because you want to look at something on the north side and I only help on the south side. Or I don't want to, or I'm not going to help you because my calendar's full. I'm just booked. Or I'm not going to help you because I'm just tired. Or I can't take on any more clients. I cannot say because you're a 6 foot tall, 200-pound black man. Can't do that. Saying that is just like saying I'm not going to help you because you're gay. Can't say it because you're gay or because you're black or because you're white or because you're male or because you're female or because you have AIDS or because I cannot decline to provide these services just on those merits. I can decline to give you service because it just doesn't fit my business model. Now, recently we had one of my agents was on social media, and 2 men was dating, married. I don't know what the relationship, but they was obviously same sex, and they really came after her. And they got to arguing on social media, and she was like, I'm not gonna help y'all because y'all gay. I ain't gonna do it. And she said, I'm a Christian and it's against my beliefs. And she wasn't comfortable with the relationship. And she said, I'm not gonna do it. And so they got to going back and forth on social media. And so then it came to me. So I said, I'm gonna have a training to make sure we're all on the same page. And I said, hey, I get it. I understand. Look, I was with her. I understand. I get it. She was convicted that I'm a Christian and I'm not doing it. And they was convicted that they are gay and men love men. Neither party was wrong. And she was like, I'm not helping the men. I'm just not going to do it. And she told them on social media she wasn't going to help them. And she told them directly, for real, I'm not fooling with y'all, right? Now, it all smoothed over and it's over now. And I stepped in and thank God both parties are happy. And she'll never do that again. And she didn't mean anything by it negatively. And she wasn't trying to discriminate against anybody. And she wasn't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but she was just convicted. She didn't want to help 2 gay men. And I get it. You know what I mean? And I've had situations where not even gay men. I have had situations where one time as I rolled up on a house and there was 2 gangsters and they were straight hood, straight gangsters. And it wasn't a gay thing. I was just half scared because them boys was in the stuff they didn't have no business, and they was hard, and I couldn't help them. Now I couldn't say I can't help y'all young men because y'all are drug dealers and y'all are black. I couldn't say that because that's discrimination. But I was half scared of them. I was half scared of them. But I couldn't say I'm not going to help you because you're black and you're hood and it looked like you selling drugs. I showed them that one house, and I said, gentlemen, unfortunately, I just cannot provide the service. I'm busy. I just can't help you because right now I am busy and I have a whole bunch of clients and I just don't have the time to keep showing you houses. So please, we are breaking your buyer brokerage agreement. Please find somebody else to help you. And I wish you all the luck in the world. They went their way. I went my way. There was no discrimination because I just can't help them. I just cannot provide the service that they need. And I was so scared I couldn't provide the service that they needed because I was scared of them boys. Because them boys was hood. You with me? So my point is, Can we say I'm not going to help somebody because it doesn't fit my business model? We can do that. Can we say we're not going to help somebody because of black, white, male, female, gay, age, same-sex marriage? No, that is discrimination. Sherry was 100% right. Now, that's question number 2. Question number 1. I have information, age, same-sex marriage, whatever, all of those, and you guys took the real estate class, all of those protected classes. I'm not commenting. Let me contact my broker. That's it. Let me contact my broker. Now, if you do that, you're never wrong. Okay? And let me mention this too. Social media is a beast. Don't go on social media getting emotional and doing stuff. Social media will mess you up every single time. So my answer is I can't answer, right? My answer is I cannot answer. My answer is let me get back to you. Hey, is your person gay? Let me get back with you. Look, I don't sleep with that man. I don't know if that man or woman is gay. I don't know. Can't answer. Hey, are those 2 men married? I don't know. Let me get back to you on that. Right? I heard your client have AIDS because that's a problem for some of the buyers. Let me get back with you on that. What you're doing then, contacting your broker. Okay? Now, once you contact me, we'll then move forward from there. Probably I will step in, we'll get our attorneys involved and make sure we don't have no problems. Make sense? Who said that? As I think Yolanda. So I think Yolanda, she's the one who gets the cookie for today. She's saying what I would do, I would call my broker and put it on him. And whatever he tell me to do, that's how I'm proceeding. That's the right answer. Okay? Because we may have a situation where in some situations, the attorney might say, it's better for us to disclose, but that's not a decision we want to make. Makes sense? Not a decision that we want to make. Questions, comments, any questions, comments, but good information. Here's another thing that I want to point out, you guys. Here's another point. Don't get into HIPAA and discrimination and this law and that law, the other law. Let's not get into that. Nope, contacting my broker. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't think HIPAA have nothing to do with real estate. HIPAA, yes, I know that's a medical law and all that, but I just took another exam for Illinois, and I've never ever in all of the real estate and HIPAA, I've never ever heard of nothing about those two going together. Period. Now, I will say we have a fiduciary responsibility. I understand that. I understand what we can and cannot disclose, but I've never heard nothing about this HIPAA law and real estate coming together. I say that to say we are talking in a training as family. So I know y'all are just talking, so it's cool because it's just family talking. But in the real world, and I know you would never do it in the real world. But I don't think that HIPAA have nothing to do with real estate. That's one I would really have to study up on. But here's how we get around it. We're not going to say anything. We're just going to say, let me get back with you, and you're contacting your broker. And then if it breaks the HIPAA law, which I don't know, because I'm not in the medical field, I ain't that deep in HIPAA. But if it does break the HIPAA law, we still good because we ain't saying nothing until we get with the broker. Then the broker get with the attorney, and then we figure out how we proceed. Okay, making sense? Yes. Okay, so I have a head up. Yes.
So, So from taking that SAE course and having this conversation, it kind of shows me that I can't wait to do another real estate law refresher. But I will say that I believe that if I'm correct, so Georgia Real Estate Commission, they follow HIPAA law, right? And then what it sounds like you're saying, so that we don't go down that rabbit hole of speaking on HIPAA laws, that it's just best to if we're gonna say anything, to mention what the Georgia Real Estate Commission says.
No, you're still confused. You're not saying nothing. You're not even getting into the Georgia Real Estate Commission. You're not getting into no HIPAA laws. You're not getting into none of that. No, we're still confused. No. Here's what we're saying in the training. What the Real Estate Commission says is contact your broker. That's it. Policy and procedures of Platinum Real Estate says contact. Don't fool with Georgia law. Don't go Googling stuff. Don't Google nothing. Don't do Georgia law. Don't do HIPAA law. Don't try to get out there trying to be a hero, talk about the Real Estate Commission, because if you go down any of those paths and you're wrong, or you go down any of those paths and your clients misunderstand, or your clients even lie to you, now you're out there by yourself. And when they come to broker's going to say, I didn't tell her to say that. I didn't tell him to say that. I don't know what you're talking about, right? Here's the best thing, and here's what I hope everybody understands. What you're going to say is, whoa, time out. Let me contact my broker. That's it. That's it. We're not getting into Georgia real estate law. We're not getting into HIPAA laws. We're just simply saying, I have to contact my broker. After I receive instructions from my broker, I will then get back with you. You're safe. 100 times you are safe. You are 100% safe. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to then, because here's the deal. Even these laws and these rules and regulations and even Google, right? It's quite different than when you're actually dealing with real world situations. Does that make sense? So you have laws and then you have these real world situations, and our attorneys are going to get into real world situations. They're going to ask questions, and probably what's going to happen is you're not going to respond. I'm going to have to respond, and I'm responding to cover you. Here's how you cover you. I don't know. I'm contacting my broker. Hey, does this person have AIDS, HIV? Or are they gay? Or are those two men married? I don't know. I don't know. Let me give my broker and I'll get back with you. That's it. Right? Because I'm covering me. And that's why when we take our real estate exam, they always say, listen, contact your broker with everything and you won't go wrong. Okay?
Okay, that's true. Got it. Understood.
Yep, just leave it there. Put it on me. I got you. Look, if it's wrong, I said it, right? If it's wrong, your broker told you to do it. Right? Questions, comments? Yes, Kim, you unmuted yourself.
I just wanted to say, yes, the HIPAA, it was just what, I wouldn't say that to a person.
I know.
Yeah. And they have what's called a CYA, which is cover your ass. And that's what, that initial, like you said, when somebody presents a question that I'm not quite sure, first thing is I'll get back to you and,
Right.
you or contact broker support so that we're all on the same page for sure. So,
and let me say this, Kim, to everybody. I appreciate you guys talking. I know in the real world, you guys would get back to me. I know in the real world, that's what you guys would do. So I appreciate all of the conversation and I appreciate all of the interaction, because I do that just to open up a think tank. That's what I want to do. I know Kim Look, all of you guys are great real estate agents, and I know in the real world, you guys would say, hold up, right? Let me contact my broker. I know that's what y'all would do in the real world, but just for training purposes, for the coaching session, we are talking because it's good to hear different opinions and different angles, and just to get that think tank going, right? And some of you guys was right, and I still didn't co-sign just to keep it going, because here's the deal. You guys are right, and you guys know, but there's a lot of agents with other companies, they don't know. And there's a lot of agents with other companies that's not trained, and they're doing and saying all kind of crazy stuff, right? And what I want you to know is what's right and how we handle it within the Platinum family, right? I know in real life, y'all wouldn't do either one, right? Y'all would contact me. But I think it was good for us just to conversate, just to see all of the different angles. Because here's the deal. Here's the reality, right? And here's what I've learned the hard way. There's really no right or wrong answer to that question. Here's why. Because if the buyer feels that the listing agent have information that could have affected him buying that house, he can sue. Whether he'll be triumphant or not, we don't know. Whether he'll win or not, we don't know. But if he feels this listing agent knows XYZ, and that listing agent did not tell me, or the listing agent feels the buyer knew this, and the buyer did not tell me, that could produce a lawsuit. Now, who will win? Time will tell, right? But about time you go through the time, the energy, and the money, it's like, was it really worth it, right? That's why we're not saying anything. And there's no real clear-cut answer. That's why this is one of those situations why we can't Google. We can't Google this one. And if you call me on this one, I'm not going to answer. I'm saying it's straight legal, right? Because if the buyer just feels, and that's the problem, right? People feel a certain way. If a person starts to feel a certain way, they can then say, I think I would not have bought this if the listing agent would have told me XYZ, and the listing agent held it from me. Whether we have to tell them or not, that's a different story, but that does not stop them from suing us. Is it worth it? So we have to make some decisions. Okay? Good information, you guys. Good, good, good. I'm loving it. I'm loving these sessions. I'm loving them, loving them, loving them. Okay? Now, couple of things. Number one, look, April the 12th, it's a Friday night. We are having a networking mixer. Come out, bring your business cards. We're going to have agents there. We're going to have real estate attorneys and mortgage folk, and you can meet your other platinum agents. We're going to have food and just a lot of great fun. Just a nice platinum time. So that's April the 12th. So April the 12th, it's a Friday. I'm going to, I think, tomorrow, we're going to start putting out the emails and the text messages. Listen, reserve your spot, because I am having food at this one. And so it ain't going to be for anybody and everybody, because when the food run out, the food is out. So register. I will shut down the registration. After we get X amount of folks that's registered, I'm going to shut it down. It's going to be right there off of Camp Creek at the Four Seasons Hotel. Nice hotel. They have plenty of food, and we can be outside on the balcony if it's nice. If it's not if it's bad weather, we can bring it inside. We'll have a little music and networking and give away some prizes and give away some stuff and just have a nice platinum time. So it's a good time for you to meet other agents and meet other vendors and just us get together. So that's April the 12th. Going to be, Oh, I'm sorry, 4 points. Oh, not 4 seasons. Oh, let me give him a little information right here. Oh, 4 Points Hotel. Okay, 4 Points Hotel. But it's right there off of Camp Creek. We'll send out some emails and text messages and all that stuff, so you guys can register. But definitely register because I've only paid for X amount of food. Yes, I am looking for vendors. So if you have a vendor that would like to attend, if you have a vendor who would like to show up, they can register and come as well. So we are accepting, if you have a person who wants to get their license or somebody who you think is going to be assisting you. Here's another one, client and customers. If you have a, client, if you have a customer, that you just want to show them a good time, this is a good time to bring them to a nice function and wine them and dine them on my dollar, right? But it's going to be from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. on that Friday. So Friday, April the 12th, it's going to be like from 5 p.m. until like 8 p.m. and food and drinks and good time. We'll have a good time, okay? So that's April 12th. Definitely put that on your calendar. More importantly, write this down. Networking.lutherragsdale.com. Let me put that in the chat. I'll send this out to everyone. This is going to be networking.lutherragsdale.com. So, if you go there to that page right now, it will probably say 404 because it haven't been posted yet because I have not approved it, but the technology company, I don't think they've put it up yet. Let me see. But our technology company, they was working on it last night, finishing it up. I was supposed to approve it today. And then we're going to get all of the registration done. So I haven't looked at this one myself. They might have put it up without me approving it. But anyway, networking.lutherragsdale.com.
It's not posted yet.
It's not? Okay, good. All right, very good. So I will probably approve that this afternoon. And then once I approve it this afternoon, it'll be live for registration. I will be honest with you. I want you guys to register. I'm trying to feed y'all, not everybody else. So please, ma'am, please, sir, register early. Get your spot. Come out. Let's meet everybody and have a good time, okay? And don't get me wrong. I don't mind feeding the rest of Atlanta, but look, y'all family, so y'all come first, right? Okay. Questions, anyone? Questions? All right. Well, great session. Good as always. Oh, let me give you one more URL address. That's coaching.lutherragsdale.com. So moving forward, we have created coaching.lutherragsdale.com. So for these sessions and any session, you can go to coaching.lutherragsdale.com. We're not going to send out the email link, and we don't have to email the link or any of that stuff anymore. You just go to coaching.lutherragsdale.com. It will tell you what we're talking about. You can register, you can get the link. So if the link changes or whatever, you can find it right there at coaching.lutherragsdale.com. Okay? All right, you guys. All right, well, hey, you guys have a good week. Great session. Think we learned a lot today, and that's always good. I'm looking forward to April the 12th. We're going to have a good time, okay? Talk to everybody soon. Take care. Bye-bye.